Oh my goodness. Well, that is each of those questions are loaded really. And so how to nutshell them, but still have some impact. When I'll start with the last question, because that's what I remember, age 17.
Mm-hmm.
So age 17, I was a high school diver and gymnast and trained in my sports in the summertime. And I remember going to my friend's college at the University of Miami and witnessing the intensity of the diving program of like an NCAA diver, plus carrying a full load in academics. And it terrified me. I didn't want to get up at 5 a.m. and dive in an outdoor diving well. And so that started to plant a seed with which direction did I want to go in my life. And I quit my sport. My parents had counted on me getting a scholarship to college. So I completely derailed their plans. Well, then I had to pull up my bootstraps and find my own way. I started working young. I loved working. I loved earning a paycheck. I loved, um, you know, getting recognition for work done in my different areas. And I was exposed to sales early, even before I went and experienced college. I did some PSEO during high school. So then with sales comes commission, and with commission comes a reality check on the um, impact that you have in your time at work. So I was learning from a young age to develop some skills like features and benefits, deliver what the client wants. I started in furniture and then moved to mortgage early in life. So, um, my journey was unexpected from what my parents had intended for me, but it has been better than I could have imagined. It wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
You may have noticed that I didn't actually attend a 4-year college. And so in a business world, that can be detrimental. I had to work, I would say, um, more uh, with more grit and
Mm-hmm.
tenacity and drive. And I had to learn things I wasn't exposed to through a collegiate experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so a lot of that just came from kind of an internal drive or desire and wanting to grow and learn more.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Where do you want me to go from here?
I think you shared a lot of great things. What would you say was a very maybe key skill or something that you really learned? You said that you had to kind of learn a little bit more, get more exposure since you weren't previously exposed. What do you think was like the biggest skill or the hardest thing you had to learn?
Yeah, and that's something I'm still learning and working on today. It's humans, figuring out other humans, how to
Mm-hmm.
communicate with them, how to be influential, how to build a connection. And I, I mean, it's something that you can sell anything, right? But
Mm-hmm.
none of it matters if you can't find a connection or a need from that other person.
Yeah.
So I had to really learn that, not only for building client relationships or referral relationships, but now as a leader, I lead a team of amazing people, and I have to find ways to build bridges, connect with them, and
Mm-hmm.
help them feel important
Mm-hmm.
on our team.
Yeah, definitely. That's really important. What do you think is the most important thing when building that relationships with people?
Hmm. That's a good question. In building relationships, it takes effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are things, actually, your father offers one of the most impressive pieces that has helped me, and that he does the disc profiling.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the disc profiling, but understanding what it means and how we're different, and how
Mm-hmm.
now that I know, it's my job to make the adjustments to communicate with that person to help
Mhm.
them come in a direction that they're really wanting to go. So, I mean, there's some intuition, right? There's some innate things that you can kind of get a read on people, but going further than that, you have to build a skill set
Yeah.
on how to be influential.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any advice that you would give to your 17-year-old self, kind of looking back?
It's funny. Here's where it gets really personal. I was boy crazy, and I made some choices in relationships that drove my parents bananas. And I put myself through those choices in scenarios or circumstances that were unsafe, um, things that I would never want my son or daughter to be in. And what's funny, at the time when you're 17, you have some, sense of danger. I knew that. And then out of maybe insecurity,
Mm-hmm.
I would do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's so interesting is as time goes by and I made a bunch of foolish decisions and maybe had low standards for the type of people I, was in relationship with, I wouldn't take it back because I learned so much and it really helped to strengthen me as a person,
Mm-hmm.
as a decision maker, as a leader, as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, I chose really wisely for my husband. So looking back, if I had to tell my 17-year-old self, um, I wish I had been more secure in
Mm-hmm.
making the hard choice. Probably
Sure.
wasn't the popular choice. It might have come with some persecution, but the hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that means I didn't pursue a relationship with the Lord, but I knew He was there.
Mm-hmm.
And because I wasn't strong in my faith during that time, I think that led to a lot of the insecurities or fear or whatever was behind it. So, had I been more deeply rooted in my faith, I probably would have um, had higher standards for my relationships, friendships, a
Yeah.
platform to stand on. And maybe more people would have wanted to follow me then.
Yeah, that's a great point. Definitely being aware of your surroundings and who you surround yourself with. That's something that a lot of people can kind of falter in, but I think that's a good point. I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to know?
No, I think you shared a lot of great information. Definitely something that I can learn from and I can grow with. Is there any kind of last thing you'd like to throw out there before we wrap it up?
Well, you can use this if you want to put it out there.
Sure.
And if any 17-year-old is hearing this, uh, dig deep, follow your heart. It's okay to have boundaries and standards for whom you share your life with and experiences with, because they will help to shape you. And even with hard, bad, yucky experiences, drawing from that kind of a learning, knowing, and growing to make it better next time, because life can be amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh,
Thank
you
you
are.
so much for talking with me today. It was such a great conversation. I love your energy so much. You're such a nice person to speak with, so I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye.